I'm Representative Evan Goyke. This video is some of my reactions to the recent action by the Wisconsin State Supreme Court and next steps moving forward. In a 4-3 decision, the conservative wing of the state of Wisconsin Supreme Court overturned the extension of the Safer at Home order in a lawsuit, the Legislature versus Secretary-designee Andrea Palm. This is going to go down as one of the worst decisions and worst moments in the history of Wisconsin's state Supreme Court. The majority, the 4 conservative justices that joined together to write the opinion, spent 31 pages of legal gymnastics to get to the desired outcome that they wanted for the Republicans in the legislature. In those 31 pages, those 4 justices never mentioned that now 12,000 plus people have gotten sick, that more than 450 Wisconsinites have lost their lives to COVID-19. They spent the entirety concerned over some fictitious legal reasoning of how an order is not an order but is really a rule. I say it's one of the worst decisions because it's in total activist overreach. So Republicans in the legislature brought this lawsuit saying that asking the court to invalidate a statute that the legislature wrote. The legislature, if it doesn't like the law, is the body responsible for making those changes. That is literally what we do. If I serve in the legislature because I want to change the law. I don't file lawsuits to try to rewrite state statutes. That's literally what the Constitution empowers only the legislature to do. And in this instance, they abdicated that responsibility. They hired private lawyers at public expense and ran to 4 justices at the Supreme Court asking them to legislate from the bench, and they did it. They fell for it in the words of Justice Dallet, hook, line, and sinker. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the response from the majority party, the Republican sense. In a statement the following day, Senate Majority Leader Fitzgerald said that they were just wanting a seat at the table, that in the legislative process, now the rulemaking process, they wanted a seat at the table. And later that day, contradicting Fitzgerald, Speaker Voss said that they don't want a seat at the table, that there shouldn't be a plan at all, and that local units of government can handle this. The Republicans in Wisconsin have no plan whatsoever. They have only ever criticized what Governor Evers has done. Their response to COVID-19 in Wisconsin has been to say no, to criticize, to make it more of a partisan issue, and then to hire private lawyers at public expense and run to the Supreme Court. That is in no way a plan, and that is in no way leadership like we need right now. Now, I want to pick up on what Speaker Voss is claiming as the Republican approach now. He has said that Republicans are the party of local control, and that is false. That is wrong. He is lying when he says that Republicans are the party of local control. My coworker, State Representative Katrina Shanklin, has made her career of calling out this falsehood. And I'm going to put on the screen here now a document that she had the Nonpartisan Legislative Fiscal Bureau prepare, itemizing the 180 different instances in which Robin Voss's majority party of the legislature went after and took away power from local units of government. Not to mention that they have not even honestly debated and taken up and voted on funding solutions for local units of government. So under 8 years of unified Republican control, locals have lost control, they've lost funding, and now that same party is turning around and saying that local units of government should be the decision makers. And all of this is exposes the Republicans want, and they acknowledge that we need some kind of order. We need some kind of government leadership. But they don't want to be the decision makers. They only want to criticize. They only want to say no, no, no. They have no plan. So what Democrats in the legislature are doing is the exact opposite of what the Republicans in the legislature are doing. We have rolled out the Assembly Democrats' response plan to COVID-19. And you can see it here. It's got pillars that we've first started with, key areas that we know need to be addressed. So policy initiatives within the healthcare sector, economic development and economic recovery to ensure Wisconsinites get back to work, efforts to promote and secure our democracy so that we don't have a repeat of the April election where turnout was below 40% because people didn't want to risk their lives going to vote in person. We're going to bring up issues of local government, as I've just been talking about. If that's the Republicans' plan, then local units of government need our support and our help. And one of the important components of this plan, and you'll see it on your screen here now, is that we are seeking your feedback. So write to us about what your priorities for Wisconsin's current status, our recovery, our road to reopening, our economic recovery from COVID-19. We want your input. We want your feedback. Unlike legislative Republicans, we're willing to listen to you and take your feedback and model it into policies moving forward. So just because the Republican legislators are saying no, 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 doesn't mean that our work is done. It doesn't mean that we're giving up. And Assembly Democrats have put forward this plan, this way to connect with us directly, and we're going to keep fighting for these priorities. We're not going to go hire fancy lawyers and file lawsuits. We're just going to be legislators. We're going to just do our damn job and show up and advocate for you day after day. So take a look at this website, write in, and look forward to getting your feedback. Thank you.